Welcome to Module 12 on multi-step equations. Right now, make sure you've got your notebook out. Remember, note-taking is important so that you have access to what you're learning without having to rewatch the videos, and you can use your notes on your quizzes and tests. For multi-step equations, we're going to learn today about solving an equation with parentheses, solving an equation with variables on the same side, and solving a linear equation with a variable on each side. Would you please start a new page in your notebook? And at the top, write Module 12, 12-step equations. You really don't have to write agenda. Module 12, multi-step equations for today. New topic, solving an equation with parentheses. When you see parentheses, I want you to distribute first, then solve like a two-step equation. So I would write this down, that we want to distribute first. So in a problem like this, we want to do 7 times x and 7 times negative 4. So that's 7x minus 28 equals 28. And then you want to get your like terms together on the same side. So these are both constants. We want to move the 28 to the other side to isolate the x. That leaves me with 7x equals 28 plus 28, which is 56. And then we're going to divide both sides by 7 because the 7 right next to the x means to multiply. And so x equals 8. You pause the video and try this one on your own. You want to distribute your 6, so that's 6x minus 24 equals 18. Then we're going to add 24 to each side. So we get 6x is equal to 18 plus 24. 18 plus 24 is equal to 42. The 6 right next to the x means multiply. The opposite of multiply is divide, and so x equals 7. All right, new topic, solving an equation with variables on the same side. And you're going to want to write this down. When you see variables on the same side, simplify by combining like terms. Do not do the opposite to like terms that are on the same side. Unless you're moving something from one side to the other, there's no reason to do the opposite. We just combine like terms. So in a problem like this one, we have 14u's, take away 6u's equals 24. The like terms are on the same side. 14 take away 6 is 8u equals 24. And now it's just a one-step equation. Divide both sides by 8, so u is equal to 3. You pause the video and try this one on your own. Welcome back. You should have started by combining like terms on the same side. 3x and 4x make 7x. 7x equals 63. Divide both sides by 7, and so x equals 9. We're going to continue on solving an equation with variables on the same side. Sometimes there might be other things on the same side with those like terms. So we want to combine like terms that are on the same side. I've got an 8u take away 12u. Those are on the same side, so I don't do the opposite. I do 8 take away 12, which is negative 4u, and bring down the minus 18. If you find it bothersome, you can switch sides now so that the variable is on the left. Oops, negative 62. We're going to add 18 to each side. So we get negative 4u equals negative 62 plus 18. That gives me negative 44. I'm going to rewrite over here so that you can continue to see. We're going to divide both sides by negative 4 because when the negative 4 is right next to the u, that means multiply. The opposite of multiply is divide, and so u equals 11. You pause the video and try this one on your own. You should have subtracted negative 2 and negative 4 and gotten negative 6u minus 24 equals 48. We're going to add 24 to each side. So we get negative 6u equals 48 plus 24. That gives me 72. We're going to divide both sides by negative 6 to get the negative 6 away from the u. And 72 divided by 6 gives us negative 12 because a positive divided by a negative is a negative. All right, now, same topic, but you might want to write yourself a note. When you see variables on different sides, use inverse operations. So here's something you might want to write down. Do the opposite when variables are on opposite sides. So we're going to start off by rewriting our equation. There's no parentheses, so we don't need to worry about distributing. But I notice that I've got like terms that are variables on opposite sides. I don't want to move the 5u over with the 4u because this works like a scale. I want to keep this balanced, and I don't want to move everything from the right to the left. What I want to do instead is move the 4u over with the 5u so that I have constants on the left and numbers with u's on the right. And now I can just divide both sides by 9, and so u equals 9 for that one. You pause the video and try this one on your own. All right, you should have remembered that u is the same thing as 1u, and so we want to move our 1u to the opposite side with the 4u. So we have 25 equals 5u. Divide both sides by 5. The 5's cancel out, and so 5 equals u. All right, so now let's put it all together. We're going to do a new topic, solving an equation with variables on each side. When you see variables on the same side, we simplify by combining like terms. But when we see variables on different sides, we use inverse operations. You should already have had both these things written down, but if you don't, you can go ahead and do that now. So what I've got here is negative 4w plus 7 equals negative 10w plus 37. Essentially what I've got is both sides have some stuff with w's and some stuff that are constants, and I want to move those things to the same side. I'm going to move the w's to the left, so I'm going to add 10w to each side. Negative 4 plus 10 is 6w, plus 7 equals 37. I'm going to subtract 7 from each side, so 6w equals 30. I'm going to rewrite so that you can continue to see. Divide both sides by 6, and so w equals 5. You pause the video and try this one on your own. You should subtract 3y from each side. So we get 3y minus 19 equals negative 4, because there's a negative in front of the 4. We add 19 to each side, so 3y equals 5. I'm sorry, 3y equals 15. Divide both sides by 3, and so y should have been 5. Sometimes we'll need to simplify first. So on a problem like this one, we have 6w plus 9 equals 18w minus 3w plus 81. For this one, we've got some w's that are on the same side, so I'm going to combine those. That leaves me with 6w plus 9. And then remember, they're on the same side, so I don't do the opposite. 18w minus 3w is 15w plus 81. Then we're going to get the w's on one side, so I'm going to subtract 15w on each side. That gives me negative 9w plus 9 equals 81. We're going to subtract 9 from each side. That gives me negative 9w equals 72. That gets me everything with a w on the left, everything that's constant on the right. Divide both sides by negative 9, and so w equals negative 8. You pause the video and try this one on your own now. All right, you should have combined your like terms. Negative 7u plus 11u is 4u. And we bring down everything else. We're going to get the u's on the same side, so we're going to subtract 2u from each side. I'm left with 2u plus 5 equals 31. I'm going to subtract 5 on each side, so 2u equals 26. Divide both sides by u equals 13. All right, now let's put everything together. Distribute first to eliminate your parentheses. Combine like terms that are on the same side. Use inverse operations to combine like terms that are on opposite sides. Remember, we only distribute the thing that's right in front of the parentheses, and I don't add before I multiply. So I bring down that 5x, and I distribute. 5 times x is 5x. 5 times 8 is 40, and that equals negative 30. 5x and 5x make 10x. We bring down the plus 40, make that equal to negative 30. We subtract 40 from each side to get the constants together, so 10x equals negative 70. Divide both sides by 10, so x equals negative 7. You pause the video and try those steps on your own. You should have started by distributing. 7 times w is 7w, 7 times 3 is 21, and bring down the minus 4w. Combine your like terms on the same side. 7w minus 4w is 3w, plus 21 equals 24. We're going to subtract 21 from each side, so 3w equals 3. Divide both sides by 3, and so w equals 1. And you're done. This video will be available on Haiku if you need to rewatch, and will be available on each skill for Module 12. Don't forget to complete Module 12 practice problems by selecting Continue My Path on the home page. Don't forget that if you are not ready for Module 12, it won't let you jump straight to Module 12. You need to select Modules 1 through 11 first. If you have a question about ALEKS, make sure you click on the tab that says Explanation, and when you're done with both your practice problems and watching the video and taking notes, then you're ready for Quiz 12. Have a great rest of your day.